Since Joe Biden entered office, we've seen inflation skyrocketing, higher than any time in the last 40 years. And there's no aspect of inflation that is more painful for the American people than the inflation at the gas pump. The day Joe Biden took the oath of office, the average retail price of gasoline was $2.38 a gallon. Today, it's $4.16 a gallon. In some parts of the country, it has gone as high as $6.90 a gallon. That's not an accident. It is, in fact, the intended effect of political decisions made by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. It is also not principally the result of the war in Ukraine. It was instead the result of Green New Deal zealots in the Biden administration. Before Putin's tanks had rolled into even 1 inch of Ukraine, gasoline prices had already risen 48% because of Biden's misguided policies. Just like with inflation, the administration has had 5 stories on inflation. First, they said it didn't exist. Don't believe your lying eyes. Then they said it's transitory. It exists, but it's going away soon. Their third explanation was it's a high-class problem, whatever that means. Their fourth explanation was, yes, it exists. No, it's not transitory, but it's a good thing. Inflation is a sign of just how well the economy's going. And now they've settled on Putin, Putin, Putin. Blame it all on Putin. Every Democrat has that talking point. Well, you know what? The person principally responsible for the price at the pump is Joe Biden. Here's what Joe Biden promised in the campaign for president. He said, quote, no more drilling on federal lands, no more drilling, including offshore, no ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends. He told you what he was going to do, and he did it. When it costs you $100 to fill the tank of your truck, that's Joe Biden's fault. When it costs $100 to fill the family's minivan, that's Joe Biden's fault. A whole series of policies. On day one, he canceled the Keystone Pipeline. The next week, he stopped all federal oil and gas leases, stopping development on what produces 24% of the nation's energy. On May 7th, Biden's Interior announced plans to take 30% of U.S. land out of production. On June 1st, Biden repealed leases on the North Slope of Alaska, totaling 16 billion barrels of oil. On October 7th, Biden eliminated Trump's permit streamlining regulations. On October 29th, Biden's Interior began using the, quote, social costs of carbon in permitting, a new kind of analysis designed to deny permits and stop production. On March 21st, just a couple of weeks ago, Biden's Securities and Exchange Commission announced new regulations aimed at reducing investment in oil and gas, cutting off equity financing, and cutting off debt financing. This is Biden's fault, and the American people are hurting every day at the gas pump.